This is a technology that's here to stay. You only need to walk as far as your local mall and walk into some of the stores, and you'll see drones being demonstrated. These are the little small aircraft that, with a remote control, can raise up 5-6 feet off the ground in the mall, and you sit there and play with it. Well, police departments are requesting these things, and the FAA is in the process of creating rules so that these drones can fly around in American airspace without running into airplanes. This is obviously an issue. So it is expected that by the year 2017, we're probably going to have tens of thousands of drones flying around in America. And obviously it creates a lot of questions in terms of search and seizure law, and now is particularly with the white paper coming out from the Obama administration talking about killing al-Qaeda operatives in far-off places and leaving the door open for killing them here in America as well. So we have the joint issue really of surveillance drones, which are here to stay, already being used in America, and actually have been used effectively to arrest people here in America, as well as predator drones. Those armed with Hellfire missiles or even bigger bombs to actually take out targets.
Now, Cameron, let me interrupt you to ask this then. There's two kinds. Even the surveillance drone. I'm sorry, I don't want Big Brother hovering over my backyard. I don't want him having the capability of infrared. I don't want to be monitoring my cell phone. I don't want him monitoring my email. I don't want any of those capabilities in the sky above me when I'm not suspected of any crime or anything else. Isn't this completely unconstitutional?
No, interestingly enough, it's not. The Supreme Court, I believe it was in '89, had a case called Riley, and what happened in that case is a police officer or sheriff had been tipped off that somebody was growing marijuana on his property, but the property wasn't visible from the road. So the sheriff went up in a helicopter, and 400 feet above this guy's greenhouse, peering through two open slats in the greenhouse, he spied these marijuana plants and subsequently arrested the guy and went to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court ruled that, interestingly enough, there was not an expectation of privacy. The Supreme Court said that anybody could have flown up in that aircraft and peered into his greenhouse, and therefore the government doing so was not an unreasonable search.
Wow, that's outrageous. Okay, but you mentioned the other one, the predator that's actually armed. I don't know that there's been any cases of that even shown that the government is arming, and Holder in his letter to Rand Paul of the other day seemed to indicate that they were not going to arm predators over U.S. soil. What's your reading?
Well, what he said in that letter was that he did not believe that the Constitution allowed him to kill a non-combatant. The issue is what constitutes a combatant in terms of being able to take somebody out with a drone. And unfortunately, we don't have any clear understanding of the process that the Obama administration is using to select targets. They use apparently what's referred to, some people are referring to as a disposition matrix, where they try to figure out who is a bad guy and how bad a guy is he, and so what we don't know really is to what extent the Obama administration is targeting people that are perhaps not al-Qaeda operatives.